It's time now for the Wednesday, December the 11th, 2019 edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurants. Johnny Mac Noble, 46, of Port St. Lucie, Florida, died last week on Tuesday, December the 3rd, 2019. Johnny was born September the 5th, 1973, here in Muleshoe. After graduating from Muleshoe High School in 1992, Johnny joined the United States Marine Corps and served for 20 years before retiring. Johnny is survived by his son Dylan Noble and daughter Delaney Noble, both of North Carolina, his father Danny Noble of Bryan, Texas, and mother Cynthia Haynes of Wolfrith. He is also survived by a grandmother, Betty Noble, of here in Muleshoe, and grandmother Wanell Eads of Wolfrith. He was preceded in death by his brother Jeffrey Noble, a grandfather Jim Noble, and another grandfather Francis Gable. They had a memorial service for him this past Monday, December the 9th, at the Yates Funeral Home in Port St. Lucie, with full military honors rendered to Johnny Noble. The family says that in lieu of flowers, memorial donations in memory of Johnny can be made to the Disabled American Veterans. Go to their website at www.dav.org, and please keep the Noble family on your prayer list today. Johnny was a good guy. Grew up with Johnny, and he was a year older, always a really kind, nice guy, and always had a good outlook on things. And he will be missed. Please keep the Noble family on your prayer list today. On Monday, we didn't film the Muleshoe City Council meeting because there essentially was nothing but a closed executive session on the agenda. During that session, City Manager Leanne Gallman announced her upcoming retirement after 39 years of service to the city of Muleshoe. Her retirement will be effective May the 1st, 2020, so the City Council will begin the big process to fill her vacancy, and good luck to them. Leanne began to work for the city of Muleshoe in December of 1980 as the utility billing clerk, and worked her way all the way up to the city manager position as she was promoted to that job in January of 2016 after the retirement of David Brunson. In 2014, the Texas Municipal Clerks Association named Leanne the Clerk of the Year for the whole state of Texas. She was received the prestigious Master Municipal Clerk designation from the International Institute of Municipal Clerks, and served as trustee, secretary, vice president, and then the president of the Texas Municipal Clerks Association, which has over 900 members statewide. We hate to see Leanne retire, as we have so enjoyed working with her over the years. Always easy to work with, so organized and professional. But we want to wish her a wonderful retirement and hope she enjoys spending more time with her husband David and the rest of her family. It is well deserved. Also, one more thing happened Monday night at the City Council meeting, as Delma Espinoza was promoted to the Muleshoe Police Department Dispatch Supervisor, and we'll show you some video shot courtesy of Zana Carpenter of Police Chief Gary McCone recognizing Delma's promotion. Watch that now.
And a lot of responsibility, and anytime that she has been asked to do things, she does it without hesitation and does an outstanding job with that particular task, regardless of what it is. And doesn't really fuss a whole lot about it. And I said a whole lot. I stress a whole lot. But in all seriousness, I'm happy to be able to promote Delma Espinoza to Dispatch Supervisor for the City of Muleshoe Police Department. What this will allow us to do, Liz will obviously, she is still the dispatch manager, but it kind of balances out some things to where Liz, who also wears several hats and does an excellent job, will be able to focus on some of those by still maintaining oversight of the dispatch, but Delma will be responsible for the day-to-day operations and direct supervision of the dispatchers. So congratulations, Delma. If you'll come on up here. Give you that.
And thanks so much to our City Secretary Zana Carpenter for sharing that video with us, and congratulations to Delma on her promotion. and also to Leanne Gallman on her upcoming retirement in May of next year. Sorry, I've been under the weather recently with a head cold, and so my voice is a little scratchy and my head is stopped up. Mom did leave this past weekend and will spend the rest of the Christmas season in Wimberley with Peyton and his family and enjoy all the Christmas activities with her granddaughters. Hope you understand that. But we'll have more Sweethearts and Mule Trains. Our interview that Mom did before she left with our Mrs. Santa, Maureen Hooten, coming up shortly here on Channel 6, MuleshoeTV.com. Today is the deadline on Wednesday, December the 11th at 5 p.m. to get your application in for the 2020 Government in Action Youth Tour sponsored by the Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association. They will send 2 area high school students to Washington, D.C. with the Youth Government in Action Youth Tour. This year's tour, or next year's tour, will be June 17th through the 26th, 2020. All area high school students are encouraged to enter the BCEC Youth Tour contest. Go to their website, bcecoop.com, youth tour with a hyphen in between it, and you can get all of the rules for the program and as well print out a form to fill out and get it into Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, 610 East American Boulevard by 5 p.m. today on Wednesday, December the 11th. Students that are in Muleshoe High School, Farwell, Spring Lake Earth, Lasbuddy, Sudan, and Morton areas are all eligible to be sent on this fully paid tour of Washington, D.C., June 17th through 26th, 2020. Students cannot be older than 19 years of age by May the 31st, 2020. And again, you go to their website, bcecoop.com, and find out all you need to know in the community section of their website, or you can contact Susie Brown at the cooperative, 806-272-4504. Again, the deadline to get your application is the end of the business day today, 5 p.m., Wednesday, December the 11th. Take it to Bailey County Electric, 610 East American Boulevard. They will do interviews following up the application process on Sunday, December the 15th, beginning at 2 p.m. at Bailey County Electric here in Muleshoe. That's a great tour to take and an eye-opening, expanding your horizon type thing that everyone in the Muleshoe, Farwell, Lasbuddy, Sudan, Morton, and Spring Lake Earth areas, teenagers, high school age kids are available for consideration. Well, we have already released the second grade Dillman Christmas program on our website, and we'll be doing many, many more in the next coming weeks. And all of our Christmas programming is brought to you by the First Bank, Bailey County Electric, Muleshoe Independent School District, AIM Bank, Lance Insurance, Mohawk Auto Parts, McDonald's Restaurant, High Tech Automotive, McCormick Seeds, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Bywise Home and Auto, Muleshoe Area Medical Clinic, WTG Fuels, Randall Field CPA, Precure Electric, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Leal's Tortilla Factory, Irrigation Pumps and Power, Hereford Feed Ingredients, Farmers Insurance Group, Julie DeBruin, Dell Oil Company, Burton Service Center, Barrett Potato Farms, and 5 area telephone, West Plains Telecommunications. So look for all of that in the coming weeks. And the second grade Christmas program is already up on the front page of our website, MuleshoeTV.com. Some more new programs. Look for our Sweetheart program we did at the end of last week, honoring the 60th anniversary of Gary and Glenda Dell. That's available on our website, MuleshoeTV.com. Of course, our Sweetheart program is brought to you by Hereford Feed Ingredients. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just a few moments, so please stay tuned. This edition of the Muletrain is brought to you by the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
Take control of your First Bacon Muleshoe debit card right from your smartphone with the My Mobile Money app. It's customizable card monitoring and controls that help you manage your accounts. With My Mobile Money app, you can set interactive controls to help monitor activity and prevent unauthorized use. You can turn your card on or off, set alerts, and deny transactions based on merchant or transaction type and location. Monitor and control dependent cardholder usage. Receive notifications of possible fraudulent transactions and take action. Deposit checks through your phone. Download the My Mobile Money app now at the App Store or Google Play. For more information, you can also call the First Bank here in Muleshoe, 806-272-4515, or go by 202 South 1st Street. The First Bank right here in Muleshoe, offering the My Mobile Money app. Available at the App Store or Google Play. Call the First Bank here in Muleshoe, 806-272-4515, or go by 202 South 1st Street. The First Bank, member FDIC.
Leal's is the best Mexican food I've ever eaten in my life, and I've been alive for 10 years now. Hi, I'm Isla Reynolds, and I enjoy the phenomenal bean burritos, rice and beans and chips, and seasoning salt. I've been around and eaten lots of Mexican food in 10 years, and Leal's is the best, for sure, with the original being located at 1010 West American Boulevard in Muleshoe, Texas since 1957.
It's time now for the weather forecast, brought to you today by K&K Pharmacy. First, a message from our sponsor.
K&K Pharmacy right here in Muleshoe at 1411 West American Boulevard, where Christine K. or any of their helpful employees want to help you get rid of your weekly pill box. Find out how K&K Pharmacy can simplify your meds with the K-Pack Custom Medication Packaging Program, available now at 1411 West American Boulevard. Call them 806-272-7511. K-Pack Custom Medication Packaging, available now at K&K Pharmacy, where they can simplify your meds and get rid of your weekly pill box.
Well, looking at our weather forecast, we'll warm up somewhat today. On Wednesday, it will be mostly cloudy, then gradually becoming sunny as the day goes on. High near 55 degrees, south-southwest winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour. It is 40 degrees right now at 10:30 a.m. Wednesday morning. Mostly cloudy tonight with a low around 38 degrees. South winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour. Sunny on Thursday, high near 57 degrees. West-southwest winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour, becoming northwest in the afternoon Thursday. Thursday night, mostly clear, low around 32. West-southwest winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Then Friday, sunny, high near 65, warming up all the way into the mid-60s. West-northwest winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour. Then Friday night, mostly clear, low around 32. West-northwest winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Saturday, sunny, high near 59 degrees. West-northwest winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Saturday night, partly cloudy, low around 30. North-northwest winds around 10 miles per hour, becoming east-southeast after midnight. Sunday, mostly sunny, high near 53 degrees. South winds around 10 miles per hour. Sunday night, partly cloudy, low around 25. Monday, mostly sunny, high near 43 degrees. Monday night, mostly clear, low around 19. Then Tuesday, sunny, high near 49 degrees. Tuesday night, mostly clear, low around 20. And that's our forecast for the next 7 days here for the Muleshoe area, brought to you by K&K Pharmacy right here in Muleshoe. Well, thanks to everyone who nominated and voted last week in our 2019 Mrs. Santa competition. Those nominated were Carolyn Johnson, Maureen Hooten, Liz Tips, and Zona Gatewood. We took those nominees on Wednesday. Then last Thursday took votes, and Maureen Hooten was elected by our viewers and listeners here on MuleshoeTV.com and Channel 6 as our 2019 Mrs. Santa. Look for our interview that Mom did with Maureen down at K&K Pharmacy coming up very shortly this week on our website, MuleshoeTV.com, on our two Facebook pages, Gil Lamb and Channel 6 Muleshoe, our YouTube channel, Gil Lamb Advertising, and our Twitter feed, Channel 6 Muleshoe, along with our three TVs at the Senior Center, Harmon Elliott community room and the West Sunroom at Parkview Nursing Care Center. Now, Maureen Hooten joins our list of Mrs. Santas. As our first Mrs. Santa competition was the first year that we were on the cable system in 1980. Our listeners in 1980 elected Gladys Wilson as our first Mrs. Santa. And we don't have the record of who won in 1981, but in 1982, Lorene Pagash won. 1983, Ruby Garner. 1984, Alice Kelton. 1985, Margie Hawkins. 1986 was Lois Washington. 1987, Helen Hall. 1988, Ethel Murray Garlington. 1989, Katie Rubinek. 1990, Polly Otwell. 1991, Joyce Stansel. 1992, Mrs. Santa was Hazel Reeder. 1993, Donna Shaw. 1994, Dawn Williams. 1995 was Betty Griswold. 1996, Gladys Black. 1997, Mary Jo Burge. 1998, Mrs. Santa was Thora Baker Neiman. Our 1999 Mrs. Santa was Barbara Milburn. 2000, Mrs. Santa was Clydetta Mitchell. 2001, Velta Faye. 2002, Joyce Wright. 2003, Mrs. Santa was Annie Floyd. 2004, Amelia Madrid. 2005, Lois Killingsworth. 2006 was Ines Garza. 2007, Ann Sinclair. 2008, Mrs. Santa was Laverne Wynn. 2009, Bonnie Carpenter. 2010, Barbara McCamish. 2011, Raquel Bustillos. 2013 was Ann Williams. 2014, Sylvia Castorina. Our 2016 Mrs. Santa was Irma Leal. 2017, Donna Pacheco. And our 2019 Mrs. Santa is elected by you, our listeners, was Maureen Hooten. And look for that interview with Maureen coming up shortly here, muleshoetv.com. As we mentioned last week, we didn't have the write-up on the sponsor of the week, which last week was Carolyn Johnson, but we do have that now, and we'll share some of the biography they put in their flyer about Carolyn. The sponsor of the week is Carolyn Johnson. She became the director of the Bailey County Senior Center in January of this year. She's almost made it through her first year. Carolyn grew up the youngest of three sisters in the small East Texas town of Yanis. She loved the trees, the lakes, and all the nature she experienced in that part of Texas. She graduated from East Texas State University, now Texas A&M, in Commerce with a Bachelor of Science degree. After graduating, she taught high school for several years, then was hired as an instructor for Dale Carnegie and traveled the East Texas area teaching at various locations. While conducting training classes, she met her husband, Buck Johnson. After their marriage, they moved to Muleshoe to help care for Buck's mom, and Muleshoe is where she has stayed. Buck died in July 14th of 2017. After his death, Carolyn chose to stay in Muleshoe, although she has no family here. She has called it her home for 30-plus years and did not want to leave her good friends she has made. Carolyn makes an effort to stay active in our community as she is a member of the First United Methodist Church, where she serves on the Pastor-Parish Relations Committee, the Scholarship Committee as well. She also provides a youth puppet ministry at the church, serves on the board of the Muleshoe Memorial Park Cemetery. She was named the Woman of the Year by the Muleshoe Chamber of Commerce and more recently won Woman of the Year by Beta Sigma Phi. Karen loves working at the Senior Center and is committed to keeping it going. She creates daily activities and improve the well-being of our senior population, as she encourages everyone to make a choice and enjoy aging. And Carolyn Johnson was the sponsor of the week last week at the Bailey County Senior Center. This week's sponsor of the week, you can see them pictured on our TV screen on the Muletrain, as well as the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com, is Ronnie and Regina Dent. Ronnie was born July 29th, 1943 in Littlefield. He graduated from Spring Lake High School in 1962 and married Peggy Stansel. He went to Lubbock Christian College for 2 years and then to Abilene Christian College, where he graduated in 1967. His first job was in Midland with an oil company, then moved to Amarillo, where he worked in an accounting office for Meade Bread. Then in 1978, Ronnie moved to Earth, where the Dent family purchased controlling interest in the John Deere dealership in Muleshoe along with Don Rempe. When Don passed, the Dent family purchased Don shares and named the dealership Denton Company. In 1983, Ronnie moved his wife and 2 children to Muleshoe, where he and his brother Tuffy Dent managed the dealership. In 1987, Dent and Company purchased the John Deere dealership in Clovis, and Ronnie's younger brother Dell entered the business. In 1996, Tuffy Dent passed, leaving only Ronnie and Dell the owners of Dent and Company. Then in 2005, Dent and Company sold to Rayleigh Equipment, and Ronnie retired the next year. In 2014, Ronnie's wife of 52 years passed. Regina Hawkins was born January the 7th, 1948 in Muleshoe, and graduated from Muleshoe High School in 1966. She went to business school for 2 years in Lubbock, then married U.S. Air Force Airman from Mississippi. Uncle Sam led the Clarksons to Germany and then back to the Clovis area. After the service, they lived in Wolforth, then Ropesville, then El Paso. Then in 1984, they moved to Muleshoe and raised their 3 kids and started a lawn business. Around 1990, Regina decided she needed to help bring home some money, so she worked for Jerry Redwine for 6 years and then worked for Pat Angeli's CPA for almost 20. Regina began a new chapter in life as a single woman in 2011. Then in late 2014, Ronnie Dent walked into her office and asked her for a date. She said yes, and the rest is history. In February 2015, Ronnie and Regina began a new chapter in their lives as they were married. Now Ronnie and Regina spend a great deal of time doing things they enjoy and traveling. Ronnie works in his wood shop, cares for the lawns, visits with friends, and golfs. Regina manages their home, reads, does crafts, runs errands, and generally feels like a Cinderella with her prince. They are members of the 16th and D Church of Christ and Senior Citizen Centers. The center is a big part of their lives. They enjoy being a part of the Senior Center and want it to continue to be an active and enjoyable place for the aging and actively stay young. Ronnie served as the president of the board there at the Senior Center. He's a true leader and has a special talent in working with others. At all events, he has had a large group of dedicated, willing workers who are eager to help where needed. It was because of his leadership, Regina, as his helpmate, our great members, and help from the community that we had one of our best fundraisers ever at the Senior Center. The event was the steak dinner followed by an auction. And the sponsors of the week at the Senior Center are Ronnie and Regina Dent. And see them pictured on our TV screen today. Today at the Senior Center, they had Temple Builders at 9 this morning. Loterias at 1 this afternoon. Spanish class also at 1. The Senior Center, Main and Avenue D. Tomorrow on Thursday, December the 12th, they will have Coke Can Santa at 10 a.m., line dancing at 10:30 a.m., and then play bingo at 1. Temple Builders at 9 a.m. Friday morning, December 13th. Christmas carolers from the first grade. Dillman will be there singing during the lunch hour on Friday. On Monday, Temple Builders at 9 a.m., Spanish class at 1, and yoga for seniors at 1 p.m. on Monday, December 16th. Then Tuesday, December 17th, they will do Christmas balls with Nadine Hawkins at 1 p.m. Santa necklace with Marie Brown also. That craft will be at 1 p.m. as well at the Senior Center, 319 South Main Street. All seniors are welcome. It's time now for a commercial break, but we'll be back in just a few moments, so please stay tuned. Since 1925, AIM Bank is proud to be one of the largest locally owned and operated banks in West Texas. Our expert bankers have an in-depth understanding of the local economy, and we are proud to provide our customers with quick local loan decisions. At AIM Bank, we know that strong local partnerships are crucial for growth and success. Investing in you has been our focus from day one. We provide the latest in technology for your online and mobile banking with features like mobile check deposit. At AIM Bank, we care about your accounts as much as you do, so we pride ourselves on real personal attention because we are also your neighbor. We invite you to come in and experience the real personal attention AIM Bank has to offer. We want to know you because we live, work, and raise our families right here in Muleshoe too. AIM Bank is committed to making a difference in the communities we serve. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Help us welcome to Muleshoe Dr. Kenneth Burke.
Kenneth Berg, DO, is now practicing full-time in the medical clinic of Muleshoe and is ready to see patients. For an appointment, call today, 806-272-7544. Dr. Burke was born in De Leon, Texas, and went through Corpus Christi and Lubbock on his path to Muleshoe for his undergraduate training. And then in the U.S. Navy, he was responsible for mobilization and security of the medical and chaplain team. Shawnee, Georgia for medical school, and then Jersey City, New Jersey for his medical internship and family practice residency. Welcome to Muleshoe, Dr. Burke. He's purchased a home here and ready to make Muleshoe home again. For an appointment, call the Medical Clinic of Muleshoe, 806-272-7544. Help us welcome Kenneth Burke, DO, to Muleshoe.
Well, going on up at high school this week, today on Wednesday, December the 11th, the SCAC kids will be doing a community service project as they will be helping decorate for Christmas out at the Muleshoe Heritage Center. So thanks to those SCAC students for doing that. Tomorrow on Thursday and Friday, JV and varsity girls basketball teams will be participating in the Smire basketball tournament. JV boys and varsity boys will be in the Farwell tournament on Thursday and Friday. So good luck to our JV and varsity boys and girls basketball teams, as the girls will be in the Smire tournament, and the girls will be in the Smire tournament, and the boys will be in the Farwell basketball tournaments. And also on Saturday, December 14th, the speech and debate students will be in a tournament at Lubbock High School. Then high school honor band tryouts will be participated on by our band students at 8 a.m. Saturday morning. The AC test will be given there at Muleshoe High School. Monday next week, December 16th, the freshman Mules basketball team will be playing at Tolia at 7:30. Then on Tuesday, December 17th at 5, the JV boys at Idalou. And at the same time, JV girls will be playing Canadian here at MHS. If Canadian is still in the playoffs, if they are not, the game will be played on Friday, December the 20th. At 6:30, varsity girls will be in action versus Canadian at MHS. Again, if Canadian is still not in the football playoffs. If they are not, the game will be played on Friday, December 20th. At 6:30, the varsity boys will be in action at Idalou. They will have semester exams beginning Wednesday next week into Thursday, and then Friday as well. And then the early release will be at noon Friday, December the 20th, where all the Muleshoe schools will release early for the Christmas break. The DeShazo Elementary third graders will perform their Christmas program, Elflandia, the Land of the Elves, at the Muleshoe High School Auditorium at 1:45 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, Thursday, December the 12th. And everyone is welcome to come and enjoy Elflandia, third grade music program put on by the music director Susan White there at DeShazo. Will be there to film it, so look for that coming up shortly here at MuleshoeTV.com. Then next week, Thursday, December the 19th at 2:15 at the Dillman cafeteria, the Joe Nix Kindergarten Bell Concert will take place. And we will be there to film that Dillman Kindergarten Christmas Bell Concert put on by Joan Nix class. Thursday, December 19th, 2:15 p.m. at the Dillman cafeteria. Also Thursday evening, as it is getting dark, you're invited to the Chamber Christmas tree lighting ceremony there at the crossroads next to the Mule Memorial. That's this coming Thursday, December the 12th, in the evening as it gets dark. There around 5:36, 6:30, the Christmas tree lighting there at the Chamber office there next to the Mule Memorial. This coming Saturday, December 14th, the Christmas parade will be at 6:30 p.m. down Main Street, Muleshoe. Then after the parade, you're invited to the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation Christmas Open House, again on Saturday, December the 14th. From 7 until 9 p.m., you can enjoy Santa Claus with your kids, hot chocolate and cookies. Kids can also ride the cow train provided by Caprock Dairy for $1. There will also be a horse-drawn carriage provided by Gary Morse, which will give you a ride for only $1. That's all at the Heritage Center, 7 to 9 p.m. Christmas open house Saturday, December the 14th at the Muleshoe Heritage Center on the west edge of town. Advent's prayers and devotions continue all this week on weekdays through Friday, December the 13th at 10 a.m. in the morning at the 16th and D Church of Christ. Everyone is welcome for these short 10-minute daily devotional scripture readings and prayers led by Curtis Shelburne. They're designed to help you prepare for the Christmas season. Again, 10 a.m. all this week through Friday, December the 13th at the Advent Prayers and Devotions at 16th and D Church of Christ. They're looking for volunteers during this Christmas season to be bell ringers for the Salvation Army, and that great volunteering position is available by contacting Judy Kaufman, the director of the Bailey County Office of the Aging. See her in the Bailey County Courthouse, or you can call Judy at 806-272-3647. They're looking for volunteers for bell ringers for the Salvation Army. Muleshoe Meals on Wheels is also desperately needing volunteers to start immediately running routes in South Muleshoe on Tuesdays that include the Harmon Elliott Senior Citizen Apartments. Also, someone to start January 8th running a north route on Wednesdays here in Muleshoe. Again, contact Judy Kaufman at the Bailey County Office of the Aging. They're in the Bailey County Courthouse, or call her at 806-272-3647. Those are some great volunteer opportunities to give back during this Christmas season. On your prayer list today, remember Maureen Hooten, our 2019 Mrs. Santa. She has recently gotten out of the hospital suffering with pneumonia. Remember Ryan Markle, Sean Pullen, Carolyn Johnson, who will have surgery on her knee very shortly. Remember David Wire and Barbara Blackman, Berta Combs, Gina Allison, Robert Black, Betty Noble at eye surgery, Joe Jinks, Judy Lambert, who is now at Crown Point Rehabilitation Hospital. She's been in and out of UMC and Crown Point and South Plains Rehabilitation Hospital for the past couple of months, so please remember Judy on your prayer list today. Linda Goff, Pat Nichols, Don Williams, Patty Kent, Matthew Alicon, J.W. Harrington. Remember Butch and Judy Cox, Tanya Crawford, Marshall and Ann Head. Remember Robert Hooten in the Parkview, along with Sally Ellis, who's also in the Parkview Nursing Care Center. Remember Susan Kirby, Leonardo Avilas, Kearney Scoggin, Buck and Lynn Campbell, Wynn Cantwell, Mary Nell Bleeker, Debbie Trider. Remember Eddie and Gail Morris on your prayer list today, Missy Spratlin, Brian Waitman. Remember Aloma and Keith Crow, Joe Copley, Joseph Carpenter, along with his wife Janie. Randy Kane needs to be on your prayer list today as well. Remember those families that have recently lost a loved one. Like, please remember the family of Johnny Noble, the family of Gary Etheridge, the family of Joe Angel Everett. Remember the family of James Leroy Thomas, the family of Joe Harmon, and the family of Pat Clark. Keep all these families grieving the loss of a loved one recently, especially during this holiday season. Well, it's just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by the First Bake along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain News programs free of charge on demand on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. We'll hear some things about Henderson in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
The Sound of Texas is brought to you here on MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, with offices in Muleshoe at 610 East American Boulevard, as well as in Morton at 1744 State Highway 114. They're celebrating rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric since 1939. They are owned by the members that they serve. Call 806-272-4504. Check them out online at bcecoop.com. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle, all hope you enjoy this Sound of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
Sometimes mail headed for Henderson ends up somewhere else. Henderson is in Rusk County. Rusk is in Cherokee County. The Henderson County seat is Athens.
So we'd get each other's legal transcripts and mail continuously.
John Doolin is a fourth-generation Henderson resident. His family goes back to the 1850s. He loves local history.
Years ago, my mother told me stories about her family growing up, and she had a little notebook. She had written some information in on her side of the family, on Dad's side of the family. I got interested in it and began doing genealogy. And I did that for probably 30 years until I had exhausted all my sources. So I began doing some of the history of the county. We have something like probably just over 100 markers in Rusk County.
One of the cemeteries in Henderson has the first president of Texas A&M.
We have members of the Bell family that established Bell Brothers department stores. The Bells were from here. Originally came to Overton and then moved to Henderson and started Bell Store number 1. Was here in downtown Henderson.
The first Dairy Queen in Texas is in Henderson. Many of the brick buildings in Henderson were built by two brothers who made their own bricks.
I think Second Masonic Lodge building, they always built two-story buildings. They would have the lodge meetings on the second floor, and they would lease out the bottom floor for income.
Henderson has some ghosts.
The Howard Dixon House, of course, is haunted. People have seen supposedly a phantom lady walking along the balcony sometimes at night. Sometimes the lights come on when there's nobody there. Someone's going across the threshold with a tray with a spoon, and the spoon flips off for no apparent reason. There's supposed to be a ghost that inhabits the Henderson Opera House. I forget what her name is now. Supposedly she circles up around the second floor somewhere. Henderson's had an opera house since the 1880s, and like with the Masonic Lodge, the opera house usually occupied the top floor, and the bottom floor would be leased at that time because it was so seldom used during a year. It went out of favor in the early 1900s, and probably maybe 20 years ago they brought it back as a nonprofit civic group. So they do plays there about 4, 5, 6 times a year.
John Doolin of Henderson. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.